All right, so this is a video on how to do proportions in the calculator. This is the Desmos calculator specifically for the state of Virginia and for students in grades 6 through 8. So first thing with the proportions is maybe your teacher is going to ask you to use cross product. And so if your teacher's asking you to use cross product, this is where you're multiplying across. So like in this first one, what I can do is I can say 3 times 12 and then 10 times 5. And I notice these are not the same. So if your teacher's asking you to do cross product, you can just put them in as multiplication and you see they're not the same, so they are not equivalent. Another way you can check is the fractions should simplify to be the same. So 3 over 10 is 0.3, 5 over 12 is 0.41. So they are not equal. These fractions are not the same. So we look at the second one. Same thing if your teacher's asking for the cross product. We're going to put 4 times 15 and 5 times 12. So we put that in the calculator, 4 times 15, 5 times 12. So first thing you'll notice is if your teacher's asking you to do it with cross product, these are the same. You get 60. Now if we check the fractions, 4 divided by 5 is 0.8. 12 divided by 15 is 0.8. So if we were to simplify these, which 12 over 15 divides by 3, we would be able to simplify it into 4 over 5. So our last one is kind of a unique situation. So again, you can use cross product. We just have to be careful here for how we enter this because we have a mixed number. And so what I would suggest is use parentheses. So if you have a mixed number, that's really the whole number plus the fraction, and then times the other number, and then 6 times 3. So we get 18 over 18. And then if we wanted to put it in the other way, this is another place where we have to be careful. So right now we have 1.5, which is the top. And then if I hit divide, you'll notice that it only puts the half with the 6 underneath. It doesn't put the whole thing. So again, you're going to want to use parentheses. So 1.5 and then divide it by 6. Or you can use the fraction bar to start with. And so that would just look like using the fraction bar. And then when I'm typing on the top, I can hit the fraction bar again and it works. So you can either use parentheses or you could use this fraction bar. So that gives me 0.25. And then if I look at the other side, 3 over 12 gives me 0.25. And then if I simplified them, then I would get 1/4 for each one I simplified. But this is just one quick way if you're trying to find proportions either through the cross product or just through simplifying to check to see if something is proportional.